UConn is loaded. An AP Top 25 ballot has a Big Ten team at the top. We are pleased to be Connecticut's men's basketball AP Top 25 voter once again this season. It's a fun honor that forces us to keep an eye on the entire college hoops landscape. Not always easy, considering we're often at UConn games or media availabilities, or traveling to road games, and can't always lock in on the action going on elsewhere on a given night. But we try our best, sometimes to the chagrin of certain fan bases. We're looking at you, Auburn, and St. John's, and Purdue, and Creighton, and certainly sometimes UConn. Anyway, while there are so many different metrics and other things to consider when compiling a preseason top 25, our number one focus is roster retention. Who did you bring back? How experienced are they? How much have they contributed, and are expected to contribute this season? Cohesion is so key, and it's been proven time and again. Also, of course, who did you lose? How much production from a year ago has left for the NBA draft or the transfer portal? We also consider who you brought in. But how many programs have brought in a host of talent that simply didn't mesh very well? See, Kansas the past couple of seasons. It's nice to bring in a bunch of new players from high-level programs or high scorers from mid-majors, but how will they all blend together? Doesn't always work, though we'll make an exception this season for St. John's. Rick Pitino makes things work. And one other thing to remember, very few freshmen make a big, immediate impact. Only the cream of the crop, really, and maybe a couple of surprises here and there each season. With all that in mind, we've got UConn number 2 overall, not out of homerism but from an understanding of how deep and talented this roster is. Roster retention? The Huskies bring back more scoring than any team in the Big East, including 2 of their top 3 scorers from last season, Solo Ball and Alex Caraban, and their best big man, Terrace Reed Jr. Caraban is a 2-time national champ who will be about the most experienced player in the nation, and who's intent on bouncing back from a relatively disappointing junior season. And we believe Ball and Reed are in for huge seasons. Who did they lose? Liam McNeely was a first-round draft pick, but UConn did alright while he missed 6 weeks due to injury last season, and he wasn't exactly lighting it up in March. Hassan Diarra and Samson Johnson are 2-time national champs, but neither as a starter, and both have more than suitable replacements. Aiden Mahaney? Just didn't work out. Who'd they bring in? Talent out of the portal in point guard Silas DeMary Jr. and Malachi Smith, who could function as this season's Tristan Newton/Diarra combination. And a pair of freshmen, Braylon Mullins, Eric Ribe, who could contribute immediately. So why aren't the Huskies our number 1? Because Purdue brings back 3 double-figure scorers, 2 of whom, Braden Smith, Trey Kaufman-Ran, could be first-team All-Americans, and another, Fletcher Lawyer, who shot 44.4% from 3 last season. Not to mention a 4th starter in CJ Cox, the return of 7'4" center Daniel Jacobson from injury, and the arrival of Oscar Clough, a 6'11" senior who was one of the top transfers in the nation after averaging 17.6 points and 12.3 rebounds per game last season at South Dakota State. The Boilermakers deserve to be preseason number 1. Doesn't mean they'll win it all, though we'd certainly sign up for a 2024 national championship game rematch on April 6 in Indianapolis. With no further ado, our preseason AP Top 25 ballot. 1. Purdue. Thought there were a lot of Boilermaker fans in Arizona 2 years ago? Imagine what it would be like in Indianapolis. 2. UConn. Dan Hurley wasn't really going to retire and leave all this, was he? 3. Houston. Keep knocking at the door, Cougs will eventually get a title. 4. St. John's. Hope Rick doesn't bench Zuby Ejiofor in the final minutes of an NCAA tourney game. 5. Florida. As we said last year at this time, defending champs deserve benefit of the doubt. 6. BYU. See you November 15th in Boston in a homecoming for Alex Caraban, and potential NBA number 1 draft pick AJ Dibansa. 7. UCLA. No excuses this season for Mick Cronin, though he'll surely find some. 8. Texas Tech. JT Toppin is a National Player of the Year frontrunner. 9. Arkansas. Congrat dollar on Abdou Touré's commitment. 10. Iowa State. For returning starters is enough for us, though Tamin Lipsey injury is concerning. 11. Alabama. Can Bloomfield's London Jemison make a big impact as a freshman? 12. Michigan. Wolverines have lost a lot of good bigs recently, Vlad Golden, Danny Wolf, and some guy named Terrace Reed Jr. 13. Arizona. See you on November 19th at Gamble. Will LeBron be there to cheer on Bryce? 14. Oregon. Wonder which company will advertise on Ducks jerseys. Oh yeah, they already do. 15. Kentucky. Like the Huskies, Wildcats have to defend better. 16. Louisville. Xavier shooter Ryan Conwell among several top guards for Cards. 17. Duke. Can Cameron Boozer be this year's Cooper Flag? Tough ask. 18. Ohio State. 3 returning double-digit scorers, led by Bruce Thornton, 17.7 ppg. 19. San Diego State. Aztecs are 7 in UConn in recent NCAA tournaments. 28. Gonzaga. Does Graham Ike dominate everyone except UConn? 21. Texas. Welcome back Sean Miller and Dalen Swain and Simeon Wilcher in Hartford on December 12. 22. Kansas. Huskies are 0-4 all-time versus Jayhawks, which is all motivation they'll need on December 2nd at the Fog. 23. Mrs. 18.9 ppg, can play, and as we've learned, Chris Yance can coach. 24. Michigan State, Izzo, November, December, January. See you October 28th in Hartford. 25. Illinois, Stojakovic, Ivizic, Merkovic, Petrovic. The Fighting Illini. See you Black Friday at MSG.